Voice America for another episode of the Random News. I'm Travis Dunn.
I'm Jennifer Lee.
I'm Woodrow, but don't have a paddle.
A.K.A. John Miller. Wow. Okay. California is working on a new law right now that will have your car tell you whenever you go over the speed limit. And if that's not fun enough, it'll also tell the authorities that you're going over the speed limit.
So lame. At least in Texas, speed limit's high.
Yeah, what's our speed limit here? 85?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
California, there's high on line.
Okay, but anybody ever thought when Knight Rider Kit was going to call the authorities on Michael?
No.
It's just, how can you trust it? Like, if your car is going to rat on you, who can you
Oh,
trust?
don't worry, it's California. They won't be able to afford that program after 6 months.
Well, with all their electrical cars, they probably can't reach speed limit anyway.
No.
Speaking of, with California having their 961 bill being passed, they're also considering changing their gas tax to where instead of charging tax on gas, they're going to charge it per mile. So having all those electrical cars to save money on gas is a little redundant.
Oh, good. Fast golf carts that I'm going to get taxed on, and we'll inform the authorities if I go over the speed limit.
Yep.
Oh, this is not working out.
Speaking of crappy policies in California, North Korea has been sending balloons full of crap into South Korea.
That's a crappy way to win a war.
Well, they are the ones who sent the 2 blood vials to Trump and a Korean Bible. Shut down the RNC. I guess they thought Dracula was on staff.
Oh, it was a biologic, so it makes sense they had to shut it down, but still.
Yeah.
I wonder where they got the poop. Did they just outsource it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Were they trying to feed a demon or exercise one?
And we're going to take a moment and go to commercial to hear from our wonderful sponsors. And from one of my favorite sponsors, Buzz Me Up and Buck-a-Buzz. You put these two together, you're in for one good night. Now back to the show.
Well, it's probably the poop that they use. They did outsource it from China like everybody else does. Maybe these guys from, all their factory farms that they got there.
As long as it's not corny.
It all comes out in the cob anyways.
Oh.
Oh, dear God. Does anybody have another story that might be just less possibly disgusting?
Yeah, you do.
You do.
Oh,
That's
thank
right.
God.
And it's going to be almost as
I'm not going near. No. I'm not going near a poop story after that one.
What about the corn state? What is the corn state?
Shut it,
Okay.
both of you.
Buckeye.
I'm from Texas. Anyway,
It's brown.
Bob. President Joe Biden. Actually, we are going to go to Ohio for this story. President Joe Biden could still be left off the ballot in Ohio for the 2024 presidential election. How? Because he was not officially nominated before the deadline for the ballot. Okay, here's a recap. We got one president looking for re-election who might be in prison by the time the election comes around. We have a man who doesn't even know if he is president, running for re-election, who is president, who may not even be on the ballot in Ohio. 2024, you suck.
And speaking of that ballot, they're actually supposed to register him 120 days before the elections. They had time to print the ballots.
Well, can't you write it in anyways? If
Well,
they really wanted Biden, write in Biden?
You can do a write-in.
Yeah, you can, but they're going to try and match it up with the squiggles.
Well, I'm really not surprised that they forgot to put his thing on there because they also forgot to take down all the pictures of him sniffing kids.
Oh, yeah, but also another thing with the ballot, too, they're having the DNC is actually having a virtual convention 76 days before the election.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of late in the game?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
But don't worry, because anytime with, speaking of Biden and his lapse of memory, if you question anything with Trump's guilt, it is considered dangerous, according to Biden. It's also the same as questioning if Biden is incompetent or a child sniffer or anything with Hunter's laptop.
Dangerous how to question. Is he going to throw us in jail?
That question, yeah.
Probably. Because, the Department of Justice goes after anyone that they want as long as you're not part of their party.
Well, that just sounds rude. I mean, why would someone want to have him as president? Look,
It's a good puppet.
he's a fantastic puppet because he can't even spin 2 of his own words together. Well, and Trump just got convicted, and overnight, his supporters raised $58.2 million for his campaign.
And that was 34 counts.
Yeah. He got convicted and is probably going to jail. And everybody is still rooting for him to be president. But how is he going to go up with Biden to have those debates?
He can't. He can't leave New York.
Well, there you go. I guess that's how Biden wins.
Yep. No debate. Oh, I showed up.
Yep.
It kind of makes sense with Biden's logic,
Yeah.
especially with Illinois' legislature has passed a new bill relabeling convicted criminals from offenders to justice-impacted individuals.
Oh, that's so much
wonder if
better.
I wonder if that transfers to Trump, or if he's going to continue to call him a criminal.
Yeah. He needs to get convicted in Illinois.
I don't know. While we think about this, why don't we let our viewers watch the sponsor?
Good idea.
Yep.
We're going to go to commercial now for our wonderful sponsors.
Have you ever wanted to capture a favorite movie scene in physical form? We specialize in taking your ideas and bringing them to life. We make statues, dioramas, do repaint, and create chessboards, as well as make and paint miniatures for your favorite games. There is nothing more satisfying than looking at your favorite scene from a movie or your own imagination and seeing how it is rendered in a three-dimensional aspect of art. If you want something unique and custom, contact us.
All right. Well, in other news, usually you don't turn in your own kids, but I guess this dad was really mad at his because his 16-year-old son defaced a World War I monument of the 107th Infantry, U.S. Infantry, going across the Hindenburg Line. He defaced it with the words, "Free Gaza."
Oh.
Dude, are you really going to deface some war heroes? You're lucky all your dad did was turn you in. Like,
Yeah.
seriously.
My dad would have taken a belt to me.
I would be found.
I mean, that's just getting off easy. Let's be real here.
You're right. I might have not been found. Actually, that may have been what the actual punishment
Oh, yeah.
was for that one.
But speaking of interesting things, Netanyahu has been invited to address Congress as a show of support for West Jerusalem.
Yahoo.
And, yes, Netanyahu.
Yahoo!
But hey, on the right side, though, unlike Zelensky, he's not going to be asking for money.
Yahoo!
But is Biden just going to give it to him like he does it to everybody else?
Yahoo!
No.
Okay.
Yahoo!
Okay, someone help Travis.
Okay, he said Yahoo. I mean, it's just like, Yahoo Serious back in the 80s. I mean, I couldn't quit saying that either.
Yeah,
Okay.
those commercials.
And speaking of Yahoo Serious and Yahoos, we got Nikki Haley.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
She's back for another loss?
No, she's not back for another loss. She is now supporting our good buddy, Donald Trump. And Donald Trump had a comment after hearing that Nikki Haley was giving her his full support. Or
Her full
his,
support.
yeah, I got that backwards, sorry. Yeah,
Just take that, reverse it.
exactly. Right. And Donald Trump had this to say about this. He goes, okay, wait a minute. I've been convicted in 2 different New York courthouses. I've got another, I don't know how many more court cases to go. Nikki, I got enough bad news, okay? Leave me alone!
Well, maybe she just wants to take over for him in the debates that he won't be able to come to so that Biden can definitely win, because Lord knows she's not going to.
Well, I'm kind of wondering also if there's this tactic with the deep state on this one. Since Trump's probably under house arrest, he can't attend the RNC. She'll be there and gladly take the nomination for being president.
Ugh.
Okay, but I was having a funny idea earlier. What
Yeah,
happens... Every now and then. What
Yeah,
if President Trump, if President Trump gets reelected as president, but he's in prison at the time, does that mean he's going to be running the country from prison?
White House, orange suit.
Well, yeah, he can't
Wait,
exonerate
will I be able
himself.
to see him, or is it just going to be like a walking suit floating around?
I don't know.
Wouldn't he pardon himself?
No, he can only
He cannot pardon himself.
A president can only pardon himself if it's federal crimes. They're all charging him with state crimes.
Right.
So it's all about the Stormy Daniels. Okay, Trump, you really needed to take a page out of Clinton's book. You need to talk with the thumb. Because the thumb will let you know that you did not have relations with that woman.
Okay.
I thought it was a cigar.
Okay. You guys are just not having any fun with this. I'm having more fun with the idea of the United States being actually ran from a prison.
I thought
That's
we already were
hysterical.
in prison.
We pretty much are.
Yeah, okay. You guys are getting way too sour. I'm going to dinner. Thank you for joining us again, America. And may the good news
Be yours.
Commit tax fraud.
Always. I mean,
I second that.
If they can't pass a audit, why should we?
I still say end the Fed. That needs to be done immediately.
Yeah, what was that passing? The gold and silver? That
The
we
gold and
talked
silver
about?
needs to be back to the standard for the entire U.S., and it hasn't been that since
Dude, that would-
1964.
That would crash
And in
everything.
1965, it was illegal to own gold and silver.
The U.S. loves its monopoly money.
This isn't very funny.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Goes you.
Liftoff of Goes You, Noah's newest weather satellite, to monitor the Earth and Sun in high definition.
Side booster separation confirmed.
There we see Pico and side booster.
Stand back, Joe.
Side booster separation. Get that shut down. Mission. That's the Senate floor. Call out the boost back startup.
A lot of things happening on your side
Sonic booms. Landing burns are slowly up.
Wow, look at that. As it guides its way back down. Woo! Just heard the two sonic booms here in the room. Our monitors shaking as we watch these two
That is
boosters
just
land.